What we're not gonna do is sit here and pretend that Twilight is not a cinematic masterpiece. And I credit that to the soundtrack. And do you know what's better than watching Twilight at home? Watching Twilight live in concert. Yeah. I don't know how old you guys were when the first Twilight came out. It was 2008. I was 8/9 years old. So I didn't go to the cinema to watch this. I watched it at home. I went to see Twilight live in concert, and for the first time, I heard Edward Cullen say, "You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey," on the big screen. That was an experience like none other. Oh, by the way, hi again, welcome back. We're gonna start doing these video essay vlog type of videos, so make sure you stick around. If you're new here, hi, I'm Tati. I make lifestyle, travel, entertainment, fashion, home, literally everything. It's just a fun vibe over here, so make sure you subscribe, stick around. I'm starting this new section in my corner of the internet where I do vlog, video essay type videos. We'll call them vlessays. But yeah, anyway, let's get into why I think Twilight is a cinematic masterpiece. I know what you're thinking, surely you have taste, Tati. And I do. I'm not saying that Twilight should win an Oscar, but it's given us many things. From a general standpoint, like how can a movie successfully cross so many niches? And by that I mean, it's a vampire movie, it's a comedy. It really is a comedy, because it can't be, we're not taking this seriously. It's a romance and it's a drama. And they did that successfully. Obviously, if the intention wasn't to make it a comedy, they did fail in some aspects, but we're not gonna assume that. You can't have the scene where Bella walks into the classroom and Edward looks like he's smelt a dead person and call that a serious dramatic movie. But anyway, those 4 subgenres are some of my favorites ever. Love everything to do with vampires, love everything to do with comedy, love everything to do with romance, and love absolutely everything to do with drama. From a cinematography standpoint, some of the scenes are genuinely legendary and iconic. Genuinely, some of these scenes could go down in like cinematic history as being some of the best. We'll break it down later though. So I was at this concert. They played Twilight in the background whilst there was a live orchestra playing along, right? And one thing about this, the atmosphere, absolutely amazing. Everyone was cheering when each character was coming on screen. The screams that were being screamed when Edward Cullen showed up on that screen, it was euphoria like I've never experienced. It was such a uniting moment between all of us there. One thing I've been wanting to talk about, and I believe in this so strongly, the blue hue. I have my own theory, and I'm pretty sure I've spoken about this in a vlog a couple of years ago, but I believe that this blue hue that plagued the whole film was done on purpose. I believe it was done on purpose to make us as the audience really feel how cold this world is. You know, not only are they in Forks, Washington, the darkest, most wettest place in the continental US, or whatever Edward says, they're vampires, they're cold. Edward's skin freezing to the touch. You remember that moment. Why would you want to have warm tones in the movie? You know, there is one scene that really sticks out when they're in the restaurant, and that felt very warm to me. I think that's because I really do think it's because in that moment, that's when they start to connect. That's when Edward starts to warm to Bella. I'm so smart, and you can't tell me otherwise. But let's talk about the videography, specifically the scene in the woods, where I think the videographer definitely forgot his gimbal at home on purpose. Yeah, on purpose, and I'll tell you why. The camera's moving all over the place. It's haphazard. I really do believe that it's to reflect how Bella is feeling in that moment. She's just figured out Edward is a vampire, right? Why would the camera be all smooth? Why would the camera be calm? You know, they wanted us to feel how Bella was feeling. Like everything was just turning upside down. Everything was just moving a bit mad. So of course they had to make the camera do the same. And the editor too, like someone take sepia away. Someone take the fade tool away. But you know what? There was one scene that redeemed this whole movie for me. And it's when Edward is standing in between the 2 cars just before they go off to find that James guy in the Volturi. And the cars speed off and Edward is just standing in the middle. Bring me a movie that has a better scene than that. You could just list every movie ever. But no, honestly, I remember the first time seeing that scene, I don't. It blew my mind. That scene invented cinema for me. Twilight walked so that Fast and Furious could run. The end. But let's talk about the script. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that the script is like the best thing since sliced bread. But there are moments in there where I think, okay, there's one moment. There's one moment where I thought, this is so genius. It's how full circle Bella's intro and outro is. She's like, I've never given much thought to how I would die, but dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go, or something like that. And then it comes back and she says it again in the end. And I know that Twilight, I know that there have been so many movies since where they have a full circle moment like that, but that, for my 9-year-old brain, was like, it doesn't get much better than this. As I said in the beginning, you better hold on tight, Spider Monkey. They're gonna juxtapose that with Bella's lullaby seconds later? Are you joking? How are you gonna say probably the worst line ever to be written, and then follow it by one of the best cinematic scores to ever be created? And let me tell you right now, hearing Bella's lullaby live whilst watching that whole scene on the big screen, top 10 experience. I honestly won't be surprised if Bella's lullaby is in my Spotify Wrapped. And the only other bit in the film where I thought, no, this is cinema, is when Alice says, "It's time," followed by supermassive black hole. I don't think anyone could have written that better. One of the most iconic baseball scenes ever created. Second to High School Musical, if that. I don't dance. Are you joking? Incredible. Guys, you need to go to one of these concerts. I do think Edward was written the worst. I used to think it was Bella, but I have a theory that Kristen Stewart was an amazing actress in Twilight. The whole bit where Edward is like, I'm the world's most dangerous predator, as if you could outrun me. Like, I could not take him seriously at all. He's glittering in the sunlight whilst trying to say he's the world's most dangerous predator. Like, be so real. And then also the lack of decorum he has when he brings Bella to his house and has the audacity to tell his parents that she already ate whilst they were cooking. Do you know how fuming I'd be? That, to this day, grinds my gears because you know they don't cook. And now you're telling, like, why would you? Something, like, he just... I honestly think if someone did that to me, I would never see them again. Like, that just proves to me that you have no respect for absolutely anyone. And then also him having the courage to admit that he'd been watching her sleep for months. And then also her being okay with that. Very questionable behavior. Just Edward's essence of him trying so hard to make Bella find out the fact that he's a vampire. And I get it, like, from a writer's perspective, like, we need this story to hurry up so we can get to the vampireness of the film. But at the same time, like, write better. You shouldn't have to be like, it's the fluorescence, no one's gonna believe you. Like, he was basically like, what do you think I am? By the way, I can read minds, I'm cold all the time, like I never, like what? He wanted her to know so bad. I also just have to mention the speed at which they fall in love. My girl had dinner, didn't even have dinner, played baseball, and Carlisle is telling Rosalie that Bella's part of the family. Edward and her probably had 4 interactions before then too. What? And part of me thinks that's on purpose. Like, it's delusion at its finest. And what is Bella? Delusional. Of course the film has to reflect delusion. It has to be one of the biggest themes. Like, they're not gonna make it super realistic, a super realistic love story. Nothing about this is realistic. It's genius, guys. This is genuinely genius. Honestly, the whole experience was absolutely incredible. Senbla very kindly invited me down for this, so thank you very much, guys. Oh, I just have so much love for this franchise. I could break it apart, tear it down, bring it back up, put it back together all day. I do also believe that the first one is probably the best one, apart from maybe Breaking Dawn Part 1. Oh, there's just something. Oh, but the fights, like, no, I don't know. We'd have to continue this series. We'd have to talk about it more. But yeah, thank you very much, Senbla. They actually have concerts for Christmas time. If you guys want to go to one of these, they've got Love Actually, they've got The Holiday. The vibes inside the concert are just incredible. So I'd highly recommend checking it out. The Christmas vibes would be so nice as well. So yeah, I'll leave a link down below. Definitely check it out. Let me know what your favorite Twilight is. Give me a film recommendation as well in the comments, because I want to do a video where I watch a bunch of you guys' recommendations and maybe review them, maybe make it a series, I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss any videos. I'm gonna go now, but I'll see you next time. So bye.